Good morning. This is Karen with Veronica's Dreams Tarot, and today is our daily reading. This is Monday, so I consider it kind of our weekly reading, and I'm going to use the journey spread, what we're leaving behind, why, what we don't see, what is guiding us, challenge, and destination. So basically, the destination is in the current, since this is a week, think of it as very current energy. And I like to remember too that it's the first stop. So it's not, if you're on a journey that's going to take a year, this is not the end of it. I'm using Black Cat Tarot today, and keep in mind I do personal readings. The link to my website is in the description. I think it takes you directly to the shop. So, and let's see. Couple more, and we'll get going here. Hope y'all are doing well. It's Monday. I'm taking the week off from my day job, so I feel pretty good. Let's do this. What are we leaving behind? 3 cards. Ace of Swords, 2 of Wands, and the World. Okay, why? 7 of Cups, what we don't see. Page of Pentacles, what is guiding us? 9 of Pentacles, challenge. Queen of Swords, destiny. 3 of Cups. Okay. Looks like there's going to be a decision. The bottom of the deck is the Page of Wands, and in this deck is definitely about messages coming in, usually of the written type, email, letter, something comes in, some kind of message. It doesn't have to be written, but most likely it will be. And it comes in and basically is kind of putting you in a position to make a decision, because the why is 7 of Cups. So you're going to have some choices here. So I feel like something's going to come in that's going to give you choices. So you're going to have to decide what to leave behind, right? So in what we leave behind in this reading, we have the center is the Ace of Swords, and we have the 2 of Wands and the World. So I do feel like it's kind of like the beginning and the end. Like there's something that you've been really crying out for, calling out for. This Ace of Swords in this deck, I feel like, is really about calling out to something. And the 2 of Wands, you're moving forward with it, but you're done with the World is, a completion, and that's what you're leaving behind. I've done this. I'm done with this piece or part, but it is about something that you've been really calling out to. And I feel like that you're realizing that this is no longer serving you. I get that feeling, like whatever you were calling out to for a long period of time is really no longer serving you, and you're kind of leaving that behind. Although it's interesting to me about the 2 of Wands being there, because that's really about coming together with something or somebody and making a decision and coming to a truce. But it is about moving forward. So I feel like there's something here that you're leaving that feels pretty, like it could be pretty final. I feel like, and that's because of the World. But I feel like the 7 of Cups being in the why is you want to look at all your options. I'm also reminded here to always remember to look at all of them, even if you don't see them and they're not in your face, because this one, he's not looking at the dark choices. And those are just the choices in the dark. Doesn't mean they're bad. No, it means that they aren't highlighted, basically. So keep that in mind with this card. So that's the why. Like you are looking at all of these things that you could be doing as well. or could be setting your sights on, or however that looks to you. So that's what I feel like that is. The what you don't see is the Page of Pentacles, and what's guiding you is Nine of Pentacles, and to me in this deck they kind of are similar. However, what you don't see is there is something that you're learning. Um, and in this case, it's about kind of juggling and learning how to juggle your priorities and things like that. It's kind of like a Two of Pentacles feeling, but to me, I feel like it's more about kind of learning who you are, what you're learning. You're learning who you truly are. Or there's a part of you that you're learning about, like not completely 100% learning about who you are, but there is something that you're learning about that's like, okay, this is who I am, this is what I need, that kind of thing. I don't feel like this is relationship, but I do feel like it is important, and it could be. I mean, it could be. There's nothing here screaming that, and there's nothing here screaming work. There's nothing here. It's almost like it could be just a spiritual thing. It could be just something that you're working on this week that you're like, I really need to leave this behind. The Nine of Pentacles, though, what's guiding you, I feel like what's guiding you is the idea that you need to let go of control. So you're trying to really go with the flow. And in this deck, that Nine of Pentacles is all about that. Like they're in a position where they're allowing the tide to take them. Keep in mind, this is also a warning. Like if you fumble and stuff, right? The sharks will come get you. But if you just go with the flow and you're not making a lot of waves, then things you'll be able to escape by. But I think what is actually the guide is the fact that you're letting go of control of something. And that's hard. Like that is a hard thing to do if control is important to you. Then letting go of it is really hard. So this is not like an easy thing. Like some people would go, "Oh, that's easy." Well, if you like having control, this is not easy. Um, the challenge is the Queen of Swords. This could be somebody, but I get the feeling more that it's about being too much in your head, like getting really pinpointed and logical and very black and white. And, she's very logical and intelligent, all of those things, but sometimes they're opinionated too. The swords courts can be very opinionated. And I feel like that's kind of what the challenge is getting over some kind of thought that you have in your head about what's right, what's wrong, how this is going to end up, where you're going to be. There's something in your mind that's saying, this is, kind of like when we grow up and we always feel like, okay, Christmas has to be XYZ because that's how we grew up, but it's not really. I know that's a silly, I don't even, or another thing is, and this is just an example, is, you feel like a relationship should always be a committed relationship, or that's not even the right one. Like, I don't know, that, you have an idea or a thought of the way you think things should be, but that's the challenge to get over because it might not necessarily be that way. And it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just that you have this idea. And right or wrong, it doesn't matter. It's just not what this is. So your first stop, I think, is, there is some kind of coming together, or almost like, I got the word freedom in my head. I don't know where that comes from with the Three of Cups. I don't, but that came to me. So I feel like you might have this celebration of a little bit of freedom. Once you are guided by this, go with the flow instead of having to have control, I think you will feel more free. And I think that's kind of where that's coming from. But I do feel like this is also coming together too, celebrating. I don't feel like this is a bad three. Sometimes the Three of Cups, people see it in all different ways, but I think this is more about coming together and celebrating what you've accomplished, even if it's just celebrating yourself. But I do feel like it's more about people being around you to celebrate with you. So that's what I see here, as far as what you're celebrating and how this kind of the first stop. So there is this feeling of, again, that's interesting because the Ace of Swords, I kind of said that it's something that you've had, a thought about. And here's the Queen of Swords going, this is what you think. And it's a challenge to get over that. So that Ace of Swords, Queen of Swords mentality is what um, is going to be hard for you. But it feels to me like there is some kind of message that comes in that makes you realize that you have choices, or that there's something new, or it makes you think about something else. There's something with this message that kind of sets this whole thing up. And that message may have already happened too. So there you have it. There's our journey spread for Monday. It's interesting. I'm going to probably be looking at this for a while. Sometimes we get messages and I'm like, okay, how do we leave that behind? And sometimes it's hard, but sometimes it's the beginning of something that we're leaving behind too, that we've started something and then we're moving to the next step in the journey. But I feel like this is some kind of ending that you're leaving behind because of the world in there. But there was some kind of clarity too, but this was something that was really important to you with that Ace of Swords. See, I'm not done yet. It really felt to me like it was something that you were really like trying to get started, trying to like, and it changes because then you all of a sudden have choices, and I think the choices have to do with that message. And now things are going to maybe change, and now you go, okay, I go with the flow here because I don't know what's going on. But this is my idea, and I have to get past that idea, and that's okay, because in the end, once I do that, I'm able to celebrate with the people around me, whether that's work, home, whatever that is, extended family, friends. There's some kind of coming together once you realize where you're at with this. So there you have it. Sorry, I just have to go through the cards sometimes, a couple times. I hope you appreciate it and like it. Please hit the like button and comment always. I appreciate that as well. Take care and have a beautiful day.